In today's news, Pickering alleges knowledge of UK concern on election. Retiring Allowances Act 2021, the height of political wickedness, needs to be partially repealed. District 8 candidate lauds Premier above historic leaders. Not a one-man show, says Vincent Wheatley on tourism. And Demoy Hodge bids farewell to college basketball career. Of viewers, these and more stories when 284 News return.
There are many ways to enjoy life, like so many ways to count on popular.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got here. My name is Kamal Haynes. Most of you know me from 284 News, but now you get to see me in a different light on my very own show called Health is Wealth. We have Joel Turnbull.
I don't want you to arch your back when you're pulling down.
Milton McLean.
First of all, right, your footwork.
Stephen Payne.
That was a 9 out of 10. I know you got the service down pat.
Steve Augustine.
You did a pretty hard workout today, so perhaps...
And as you can see, it's actually
you're feeling it.
Alonzo Boynes.
Taekwondo.
Adam Murrows.
I'll speak as if you're an absolute beginner.
I am an absolute beginner.
You are an absolute beginner.
And Seth Graham.
It bites.
It will bite.
Get your water, get your fruits and veggies, and experience a wealth of knowledge about getting healthy. Welcome viewers to the Tuesday, March 21st edition of 284 News. I am Kamal Haynes, bringing you the latest out of the British Virgin Islands. While leading today's news, National Democratic Party at-large candidate Dr. Kedrick Pickering has alleged that he has been furnished with information to suggest that the United Kingdom is keeping a watchful eye on who will populate the House of Assembly after the April 24th general election.
Is under a cloud that the United Kingdom government can suspend our constitution at any point in time. And based on the intelligence that I've gathered, they're watching very closely to see who coming back into the House of Assembly. They're watching closely. And if this trend continues, we may not like what the British government must do.
Pickering has called for there to be a realization throughout the Virgin Islands of the power which the United Kingdom still holds over the territory. A power which, he noted, can bring things to pass despite public opposition.
My people, our relationship with the United Kingdom matters. It is no sense we thinking otherwise. You see all of this talk about same-sex marriage and this, and you hear some of our people pontificating about them ain't doing this. Look, you and I can wake up tomorrow and hear that same-sex marriage is legal in the BVI and have no choice in the matter. The United Kingdom government did it with capital punishment. They abolished it without we having a word to say about it. They did it with anti-buggery legislation, and we had no say in it. They appointed 2 junior ministers. We asked them for it, but we didn't have a say whether they did it or not. And they did it because they have the power to do it. And they can suspend our constitution just by one little paper being signed in England.
Well, this, he stressed, is why the House of Assembly needs to be populated with persons who are able to stand and negotiate with the UK government in the best interests of Virgin Islanders.
The new government, which I intend to be a part of, the day after the election, we need to have a sit-down conversation with the United Kingdom government. We need to talk with them as adults. We have to admit where we've been wrong. And we must say to them, how can you help us to move, move this ball forward? Because I remember about 15, 20 years ago, a former governor of this country saying to me, he said, you know, Dr. Pickering, I don't expect to come back to the BVI in 20, 25 years and the BVI is still in the same status, and I expect people like you to lead your country in a different direction. So all the talk about self-governance is things we have to work for, but those things are a process that we have got to plan for. And you can only do it if you have the right people in government who understand what is referred to as the geopolitics of the world and how we are to play our part in it.
Well, previously, Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia Wheatley addressed concerns in the community that some politicians do not inspire the confidence of the United Kingdom, and that should they be elected, it could trigger a decision to move forward with the order in council. Well, here's what he said at the time.
It's not the place of the UK to choose leaders for the Virgin Islands. That's for the Virgin Islands people to do. The Virgin Islands people have to choose the leaders that they think are best suited to take them forward. But we also have to think very carefully when we elect a leader, whether we want a leader who's going to have an antagonistic and confrontational relationship with our partners, important partners, or whether we want a leadership that's going to engage positively and seek to secure the best interests of the people of the Virgin Islands through those international relationships. And we have signed on to a commitment, and it's a commitment that goes across administrations. We've signed on to the framework for the COI recommendations. And no, I do not think, this is for the United Kingdom to answer, but no, I do not think that if you vote for a party and they don't like the party, that they'll suspend the Constitution the next day. No, I don't believe that. But I do believe if we waver in our commitments to do what we signed on to, you will risk the suspension of your Constitution. I will say that.
Well, State's District candidate Myron Warwin says that the Retiring Allowances Act 2021 needs to be partially repealed, as he pointed to a number of concerns relating to the act. Well, Warwin at the time was addressing the public at the National Democratic Party's launch of political candidates for the upcoming general election. Well, he labeled parts of the act as the, and I quote, height of political wickedness, end quote, stating that the law was passed under the Virgin Islands Party government during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic to benefit the elected officials at the expense of the tax-paying residents.
Now, I have no problems with the first part of the act, which provides for the pension of legislators to be calculated on their full annual package. However, the second part of the act is the height of political wickedness.
Well, the former education minister also highlighted specific areas of the act, stating that elected officials who retire at the age of 50 years or older after serving 3 terms in office stand to benefit from gratuity of more than $250,000 immediately after retirement.
If a legislator has served 3 terms, mind you, if a legislator has served 3 terms in the House of Assembly, they will receive a gratuity in the amount of about $250,000 to $300,000 immediately upon retirement if they're 50 years or older. In addition to this, the 3-term legislator will receive his or her current salary every single month for the next 3 years, just as if they were working. After those 3 years of receiving a salary for doing absolutely nothing, he or she will receive half of their current salary for the rest of their life.
Well, according to Warwin's calculation, a 3-term legislator would receive in excess of $500,000 in cash at the end of 3 years of retirement, in addition to other substantial monetary benefits.
This was done by the current government in the middle of the pandemic in 2021. The people of this country, for a minimum of 2 years, will be paying the salaries for 2 governments at the same time. one that is working and one that is not working. How could a government do this to the people, many of whom in their own districts struggle every single day to make a living for themselves and their children?
Well, he questioned the government's decision to make such a move that solely benefits themselves, while other sections of the community struggle to make a living in the territory.
We have civil servants who have to work for 33 and a third years to collect a meager pension that has no consideration for the continuous rise in the cost of living. But somebody who happened to win a popularity contest for a couple of years could go home with a pocket full of money. That cannot be right. To sit down and pass legislation to benefit yourself is deceitful and immoral, while we have so many social ills left unattended in this country.
Well, viewers, that act was passed in the one sitting of the House of Assembly back in May 2021 after legislators suspended their usual rules to expedite the passing of the bill. The then Premier at the time, Andrew Foy, argued that amendments to the bill were needed following concerns that were raised by retired legislators who had complained about anomalies with how their retirement packages were tabulated. Well, up next, viewers, District 8 candidates lauds our Premier above historic leaders. Not a one-man show, says Vincent Wheatley on tourism, and Demoy Hodge bids farewell to college basketball career. Well, these are more stories after a word from our sponsors.
There are many ways to enjoy life, like so many ways to count on popular.
Rashford made it. Manchester United have come from behind to lead.
At home or on the go, watch CCT Live. Download our app and carry your favorite TV shows, news, or live sports anywhere you go. Visit cctvvi.com/live, select your package, and tune in.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
There goes my new car. Guess I'm back on my bike.
Your bike? CG offers new car replacement. Remember my monster truck days? Well, one night I attempted a 50-foot pogo double backflip. I landed it and went to karaoke. It wasn't until afterward that my car got hit by that fisherman. He gave me some great mahi-mahi though. Anyway, they paid fast and got me in a new car. Now call a cab. I want you to meet my alpaca guy.
New car replacement for the first year of ownership. CG Insurance. Good like that.
Well, welcome back, viewers. Well, District 8 candidate for the Virgin Islands Party, Alan Wheatley, has compared Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia Wheatley to the late Honorable H. Lavity Stout and the late Honorable Ralph T. O'Neill. Well, Alan Wheatley stood before gathered comrades and VIP supporters at the party's official launch in Virgin Gorda, at which time he stated that the two late celebrated leaders had never faced anything close to what Honorable Natalia Wheatley has faced in leading the territory.
Is that we're in a trying time. Our Constitution has some issues, we have some financial issues, a whole host of other things. And I don't want to come off being biased. But the mere fact that in the midst of this whole issue of the COI and the whole scenario with the Constitution, Honorable Natalia Wheatley was put in an extremely compromising position. And the reason I'm going to tell you that is that I sat as Financial Secretary with both Honorable Labadee Stout, and Honorable O'Neill. They never faced anything close to what Honorable Natalia had to face.
Well, the 8th District candidate continued by accusing members of the public of being ungrateful towards Dr. Wheatley, given questions and criticisms made following the formation of the National Unity Government. Well, Allen said that the actions of Natalia Wheatley-led administration at that time have saved the territory from having its constitution suspended and being rendered back to a situation he likened to slavery.
You know, surprising to see the ungratefulness of people that you almost lost everything. Because when you lose your constitution, you lose everything, you know. That's it. You basically are almost back to slavery. And, you know, this brought us, along with this team, I'm not saying he's a single person, but along with this team and whoever else was advising him and whatever, somehow was able to twist and turn with the UK, go backward, forward, left to right. That's how you play the game with the FCO. And was able to convince them that in the midst of what the COI presented and all the other challenges, he and the United Government, I'll give him credit for that, coming together. Sorry, I stand corrected. I'm a little zone. Were able to put together something to save the country.
Well, he says the work done at that time was admirable and should be appreciated because it was no easy battle.
Fascinating thing about the street talk, right, is that every place I went and had arguments over this thing, by the time I was done and explained to them how complicated it is to sit with the FCO, because the governor works under the mandate of the FCO, you understand me? He don't be doing it on his own. And to sit there, through FCO officials, through the governor and all the other agents, him and whoever else had, to have all little small little nucleus fight that big nucleus. And they wanted to consume us. We were able to withstand that. Honorable Natalia, stand up.
Well, incumbent representative for the 9th District, Honorable Vincent Wheatley, has stressed that tourism is not a one-man show. Instead, he noted that the Virgin Islands' best efforts to excel in that industry succeed through the joint strengths of the government, members of the public, and private stakeholders. Well, a balance that, according to him, is well understood by the people of the 9th District.
Us as a government working together with the private sector and, most importantly, the people.
Right.
Because the people of the 9th District understand it's not this is not one-man show.
Yeah.
This ain't me trying to say I did this. No, it's we working with the government and our people who understands the importance of the 9th District to our tourism product.
Yeah.
While he cheered the achievements already made by the Virgin Islands in the tourism industry, Wheatley says that there is still a lot of work to be done. Well, this growth, he said, must focus greatly on the 9th District.
One of the reasons why persons come to the BVI, beautiful beaches.
That's right.
Or landscapes, or seascapes, or sailing. And a lot of that takes place in the 9th District. And I'm glad that successful governments have seen it fit to really, put that energy and that money. A lot has been done in the Premier. A lot has been done. A significant amount was a lot more to be done. And me working with the government of the day, working with the people, working with the private sector, the future's only bright. We're going to have to get some big shades because it's so bright. If you don't have our shades, you're going to get blind.
Well, local basketball rising star Demoy Hodge has bid farewell to a successful college career following the exit of his Missouri Tigers in the second round of the NCAA tournament against Princeton over the weekend. While playing in a must-win game against the number 15 ranked Princeton Tigers, Hodges' Missouri Tigers fell 78-63 after failing or trailing at the end of each half 26-33 and 37-45. Well, Hodge, who has had an exceptional season with the number 7 ranked Missouri Tigers, only managed 2 points and 6 rebounds in his 31 minutes played during the game. Well, just days later, Hodge penned a farewell message on his social media platforms, informing his supporters of the end of his college career as he thanked all parties involved throughout the process. Well, he said, and I quote, "As my college career comes to an end, I'm forever thankful for all the coaches that gave me a chance to pursue my dreams. Well, thank you, Coach T, Coach Parks, and Coach Gates," Hodge stated. He added, "I also want to thank my brothers for helping me along this journey. It is not easy being away from family, but when you have teammates and coaches that embrace family, that's all it takes for you to feel at home," end quote. Well, Hodge ended his heartfelt message by thanking the Missouri Tigers for allowing him the opportunity to compete at a very high level. Well, he said, and I quote, "Thank you, Missouri, for embracing me and welcoming me with open arms. Being a kid from a small island, this is a dream come true. But being able to play on the highest collegiate level and being successful is something that I would never forget. Number 5, out," end quote. Well, just weeks ago, Hodge broke a 30-year-old Missouri Tigers single-season steals record, surpassing the previous mark of 76 set by Lynn Hardy back in 1986 to the 1987 season. Well, he ended the season with a record-high 91 steals. Well, Hodge's season also included 56 assists at an average of 14.7 points per game. Well, he also converted 40% from the three-point range. Well, up next, businessman Marvin Blyden contesting 5th District, MB making it better for you on the Global Money Week 2023. Well, these stories when 284 News return.
There goes my new car. Guess I'm back on my bike.
Your bike? CG offers new car replacement. Remember my monster truck days? Well, one night I attempted a 50-foot pogo double backflip. I landed it and went to karaoke. It wasn't until afterward that my car got hit by that fisherman. He gave me some great mahi-mahi though. Anyway, they paid fast and got me in a new car. Now call a cab. I want you to meet my alpaca guy.
New car replacement for the first year of ownership. CG Insurance. Good like that.
Yo, everything good, Dad?
Aye. This thing got me one way, Daddy.
What do you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What do you really? Hey, this ain't like you, you know.
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out that trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I huff. I watching ball. I been watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hook, I tell you.
Looks like Johnny's ex-girlfriend finally found my car.
You've got CG. You're fine. I'll never forget the year those monkeys stole my car. They drove it over a cliff, burned the seats, and carved the words pineapple banana smoothie into all the doors. And that was after they used it for the bank heist. I don't blame them. It's their favorite smoothie, and I refuse to share the recipe.
No deductible for theft, malicious damage, and more. CG Insurance. Good like that.
Well, welcome back, viewers. A well-known businessman, Marvin M.B. Blyden, has joined the political race under the Progressive Virgin Islands movement. At the launch of the PVIM candidates at the Noah Lloyd Park Positive Action Movement Park on Sunday, March 19th, Blyden stated that he would be forthcoming with plans shortly at his district rally. Well, his slogan, MB making it better for you.
There's 2 questions they're going to ask. What take you so long? And the next question is going to be, why now? Those 2 questions will be answered to a district near you coming soon. You have heard from the politician. You have heard from the teacher. You have heard from the engineer. You have heard from the businessman. He always controlling money. No, not the businessman. You have heard from the banker. And you have heard from the government public service. You're going to hear from the businessman, but not tonight. The businessman will be coming to a district near you where we will be launching and telling you all about it.
Well, the businessman was hailed as the governor of Huntom's Gut by chairman of the PVIM, Mr. Ronnie W. Skelton. Well, Skelton further said he was happy to have his friend on this political journey with him. Blyden told the audience he has a story to tell and it will be told very soon.
I am here for a reason, and a real reason. So I must go ahead and good evening to all who listen to us from any of the media. My name is Marvin E. Blyden. I come to you to seek your support from your family and your friends. My colleague and I, as you know, I am running for the 5th electoral district.
Blyden also said as a businessman himself, he knows that businesses are suffering and will be sharing his story. He encouraged the people of the Virgin Islands to support him and his team in the upcoming elections.
Under the leadership of Honorable Ronnie Skelton, a proven leader, check the track record. I've been long enough to tell you about it. The PVIM is ready. They are ready to take up the responsibility of moving this country forward. The PVIM will let you all know how we will make it happen. I will let you know when I will be launching, and I will be launching pretty soon. Because according to the song, I have a story to tell. And if everybody believes I don't have a story to tell, show up when we are going to be launching to a district near you. I want you all to go ahead and honestly support this PVM team. They mean well. Otherwise, I won't be here. They all are serious business people. And I was happy when I heard Shayna get into business and she talk about business. We the business people are suffering. And that's why I can't get into it tonight. I have a lot of story to tell. Thank you all. It is very short, but it's coming soon to a district near you. Support the team.
Well, that's it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for daily news updates at 284media.com and like us on Facebook at 284media and 284BVI on Instagram and Twitter. I'm Kamal Haynes and I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a safe and enjoyable evening. Bye-bye.
Andy, turns out I'm allergic to the Australian veggie spread.
Ooh, thankfully CG will cover you anywhere in the world. Remember when I went to Australia for my title fight? Trust me when I say you do not want to get in the ring with a kangaroo. It wasn't until my victory dinner with the Sultan that I realized top shelf caviar doesn't agree with me. But I was covered. Anyway, I gotta go. I'm teaching your cousin how to use a flamethrower. Woohoo!
Medical cover anywhere in the world. CG Insurance. Good like that.
Angie, how can I get my claims paid quick? Rent's due next week.
CG processes 99% of claims within 5 days. Remember when I was hang gliding with those goats? I caught a gust of wind and flew right into a moving car. Every appendage was in the cast, and they paid fast and fairly. That's what I get for trusting a man with a mustache and an eye patch. Now I gotta go. I'm meeting the guy who bedazzled my toes.
99% of claims are processed within 5 days. CG Insurance. Good like that.